going on, people? Rasati out here in Singapore, and as always, thank you so much for joining me on the Night Owl podcast. You guys know this is a labor of love. It's been a project of over 3 years now, and there was no rhyme or reason, there was no end goal for this, but right now I do have a goal I'm working towards, and I am trying very hard to hit 1,000 episodes by the end of this year. Now, it was a very lofty goal, but I feel like I don't know, I think I increased a lot every year that I started this podcast, so that I felt like, it was a reachable goal. It was totally doable. But then, of course, my procrastination took over, and my laziness and my mood swings and all that stuff took over, and I allowed it to. So that was my fault, but I'm doing my best to continue to keep my word, because integrity is that point where you decide to do the best you can because you said you were going to, whether you feel like it or not. So in the vein of integrity, I want to talk a little bit about the fact that it extends to the work that I do in general as well. Not only am I a content creator, not only am I a public speaker, but I am a mental health educator. And when I say I'm going to devote my life to teaching people how the different ways that they could manage their mental health, as well as the people around them, by becoming more self-aware, by investing in themselves and learning more about themselves, I intend to keep that word. That is a promise I've given myself, and it is up to me to uphold that integrity and do what I say I'm going to do, even after the mood has left me. And with that same token, that means that the help that I offer, I intend to keep my word on as well. So there was a quote the other day, just in passing. It wasn't even like a famous quote or anything, but I was talking to someone and they were talking about the fact that, you know what, if someone's giving you trouble, if they've become like a hassle, if they're costing you your mental health, just cut bait and run, like leave them alone. You don't need that kind of drama in your life. But I thought about it a little bit, and I felt like if I were to cut them off to save my own mental health, like, I mean, there is a limit to it, obviously, but if I were to cut them off and kick them out or get rid of them somehow, what happens to that person becomes something that I attributed to, like I contributed to their state of affairs as well, because it's also their mental health. Now, perhaps they don't know any better. Perhaps they've been in so much turmoil all their lives that all they do is recreate drama everywhere they go because they don't know better. I mean, for all that I've been through, I know that my ex-husband was addicted to drama. He didn't know what to do when it was peaceful, so he created drama. There were people in my life that they thrive on the fact that there's always something going on, and if there isn't something going on, they will create it for you. So yes, I totally agree when I say, I stand behind my words when I say that drama, you either invite it, or you create it, or you're associated with it, and that's how you have drama in your life. But I'm in mental health. I'm here to educate. So by sheer fact of the work that I'm doing, I'm inviting drama. But because I feel like I'm in a stable enough place where I could handle it and not get caught up in it. Now, when I was talking to this person, they were referring to someone that I was working with that they thought was just sucking all of my life blood out of me. They only call when they have trouble. They only call to complain about things, and they complain about the same thing over and over again. No matter how many times I've taught them that there are other ways to handle it, not to get sucked up, not to draw their ego into it, not to come at the drama from a place of I'm better than you, so you need to shut up and just do what I say. They don't. They haven't learned that lesson yet. And unfortunately for me, I know what cycles look like. You continue making the same mistakes until you really get it. That's not the way to handle stuff. Obviously, that happens when there's like a mental breakdown or a rock bottom situation. Something major happens, and then you really get the lesson. But even then, this person that I was speaking to, who was trying to advise me to cut bait and run, was saying that, this person is like a vortex, like a black hole, and every black hole has a gravity. What did he say? Gosh, he described it as a gravity something. Gravity well, and that I was being sucked into the gravity well of this person who was this black hole vortex thing. And I felt badly. That made me feel really angry, and I started becoming very defensive about the person that I was trying to take care of. And I was saying, look, if I get rid of this person, what happens to them, right? If I get rid of you because you caused trouble, then I am reiterating the fact that no one stands by you long enough. No one is capable of taking care of you. No one wants to be around you. No one is going to be around you. No one's capable of being around you. And what does that do for your mental health? That actually reconfirms every fear you've ever had. It reconfirms all of your abandonment issues and all of your trauma that says you're unlovable, you're unworthy, you take up too much space, you're too much drama, you're too much this. And I was thinking about that. And I was really upset by the thoughts that started churning out because, on the one hand, yes, they are difficult because they are so hurt. And on the other hand, yes, I'm making progress and they are slowly getting rid of some of their bad habits. Not because I asked them to, not because I'm demanding anything of them, but because I'm providing a safe enough place for them to crash and decide who they want to be. They're not using any of their coping mechanisms because when they're around me, they have nothing to cope with. They don't have to cope with anything. They're able to just be. And so I really started thinking about the fact that, I'm in mental health. I invite trouble all the time. I get the most disturbed people who call and ask for help. I get people who call and ask for help but don't actually want help. They just want sex. They didn't want attention. And then they want to make you feel bad because they just want attention and you didn't give them the attention. And now they want to call you all kind of names. I've had that happen too. Now, those people I have no problem cutting off and disassociating myself from. But it's the people that I've invested time with, that I see progress with, that I don't want to just cut bait and run. Yes, they are difficult. Yes, they know they are in a difficult place. That's the reason they're with me in the first place. But I also know that if I give up on them, and I think I have a decent amount of patience, what is the rest of the world going to do to them? How is the rest of the world going to treat them? They're not going to be as understanding. And I'm not saying I'm the only one. I'm saying from their past experience, it's already taught them that the world isn't very forgiving. And I don't want to be contributing to more chaos in their lives. So as long as I am able to provide a safe place for people to crash, as long as I am able to be patient and understanding enough to let people know that, it's okay for them to feel all the things they're feeling. It's okay for them to have a breakdown every once in a while. It's okay for them to hide from the world for a little while. As long as I'm able to do that, as long as I have breath in my body, I will treat everyone who crosses my path with the same compassion and dignity. Because it's what I would have wanted. When I was having breakdowns, when I was falling apart, when I wanted to jump out of a window, I didn't have that luxury of somebody saying, hey, look, come over here, just chill. Nope, I'm going to take that back. That's a damn lie. I did have my grandmother ask me to come live with her for a little while, and my great aunt asked me to come live with them for a little while. But even then, that took me out of the circumstances that was causing me so much grief, and at some point I had to go back. For these people, they have nowhere else to go. They're out of options. They have exhausted every possibility, and now they're just waiting for anyone to give them the reason to keep breathing, to give them a reason to believe that they are worth the breath in their lungs. They're worth the space they take up in the world. And I, for one, as a mental health educator, want to be committed to providing a space where they can think clearly, where they can decide for themselves instead of doing whatever they have to survive. There is a difference between doing what you have to and doing what you want to. Survival is not a fun place to be. That fight or flight feeling is not fun for anyone. It is very disruptive and very terrifying. I know so many people that's all they know how to do, and they don't know how to relax long enough to take a break, to take the break that they need. And so as much pain and chaos as some people may cause, it's up to me to draw a boundary when I need to. It's up to me to set them straight when I need to. But it's also up to me to live up to my word and say, hey, I got your back. I'm here if you need me. And if you need me, I will be present when you need me. Not just be around like a body in the house. I will be present when you need me. I know that chaos can draw us, even the strong of us, can draw us out of our safety and our calm and our balance. It can knock us off kilter a little bit. I know that. It's happened a couple of times. But when those things happen, I have to know myself well enough to do what needs to be done so I can get my balance back. It's not up to the person that knocked me off kilter. It's up to me to let them know they knocked me off kilter and to know that, whatever it is that they're doing, it's unacceptable or it's offensive or it's hurtful to me. But once I've done that, I don't need to rub their nose in it. I don't need to teach them a lesson or break them or anything. I just need to let them decide for themselves how they want to proceed. Is the relationship with me worth it, where they will change a little bit? Or is it not important enough for them to want the peace? Is the promise of peace not strong enough? Is it not alluring enough to let go of the survival tactics you've built up to this point? So, integrity-wise, I will do my best to keep my word. If it physically puts me in danger, as in like I have to fear for my life, absolutely, I will do what I gotta do. But until then, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep showing up. Because I know what it's like to push people away because you're in pain, to not trust anyone because you're in pain, because you don't know who to trust, because everyone comes with some kind of a promise and everyone goes at some point. I know what that feels like. And anyone under my care, I don't want them to ever feel like they have to worry about what my word actually means. Anyway, that's how I feel at the moment. And I hope you understand, and I hope you get where I'm coming from. And if you have any questions, please, as always, drop them in the comments below. I want to hear from you. But in the meantime, be careful the words you put out there. Your integrity matters, and people do hang on your every word sometimes. So say what you mean, please. Don't make any empty promises. Don't say what you got to say because you want what you want at the time. Say what you mean. Because every word that comes out of your mouth has weight, has value. It means something to some people. Yes, people have expectations. So the best thing you can do is to be honest with them. Be level with them about what you can and can't offer. Okay? Y'all take it easy. I'll catch you again soon. Bye.